Alright, what's up, boys and girls? We got a old school throwback video here. We're going back to November of 2018. This was called Please Watch, State of the Stream, and Thank You. Again, it was November of 2018. I'll have the link to the video in the description. I cut out the first roughly 42 minutes of it because this video was an hour and 5 minutes, but it's just too long for me to break it down the way that I do. And so I took the last roughly 20 to 24 minutes or so, and this is one of the most ridiculous videos I've ever seen of this guy. Some of the things he says towards the end are going to be so offensive to you. The first 4 clips are just kind of a warm-up. He's going to explain stuff. I'm going to come in and break it down. He's going to explain what's going on in his head, how he's lying. But I'm telling you, the last 4 or 5 clips are some of the worst fucking things I've ever seen this guy say. And again, if your opinion of him can go any lower, it fucking will. Let's go ahead and jump into this right away and just not waste any more time. Let's see what this piece of trash has to say.
So here's the deal. Okay. I basically sat down and started weighing my options. And I said, what can I do to fix this? What can I realistically do to make things better to fix it? Because I need to raise money or do something to make money to pay these taxes coming up next year. There's only a few ways I can do it. Number one would be to try, I don't even know if I could, try to take out more loans, which with my credit the way it is and the amount of debt that I owe, very unlikely anyone would even grant me another loan. And if they do, I doubt it's going to be for the entire amount that I need to pay the federal government for taxes, okay? Even if somehow I piece together enough with more borrowed money to pay the taxes, how do I now pay these new loans? With my money coming in every month and I'm only having enough to basically, pay things, and I'm even getting overdrawn, how am I going to afford another loan that's hundreds and hundreds of more dollars a month to pay off? Now, Kat stepped up and said, I'm willing to give you even more money out of my paycheck a month. And I'm like, we're already taking so much out. How much can you do? And she's like, yeah, but I love our life together. I love this situation we're in. I love this house. I love everything. And to give that up because of more fucking bad luck would be like a defeatist attitude. And I agree with her, but I don't know realistically if I'd be able to even get enough credit to take out loans to pay these taxes. And that's only a 1-year fix. What happens next year? Will my streams increase more in 2019? Will there be more bullshit with YouTube in 2019 to fuck me over? I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, that's number one. My second option would be a refinance of this house. Now, I've been trying to refinance this house for 3 years. And every year when I go to do it, I'm told you have too much debt, not enough equity, not enough income. This year, I went to a different place than the place who I'd been talking to previously. They were a little bit more serious about it and said, okay, let's really look at your numbers and everything. And I actually went and did that over the last couple of weeks. And I'm still not done crunching the numbers. But basically, there's really bad news. Here's the bad news, everyone. When they're judging how to do a refinance, because I have a lot of equity in my house. If I could take a lot of my debt, like my credit cards or loans, and put it into the mortgage, it would dramatically reduce my monthly payments. I'm not even kidding. I looked it up. It would reduce my monthly payments by like over $2,000 a month, it looks like. Holy shit, that's enough for taxes and everything, right? But here's the...
Alright, so whenever he's talking about money, which is pretty much going to be almost every clip, I'm deciding to use these pictures from his transaction history that leaked recently, just so we can just get an idea of how much of a fucking liar and scammer he is. I'm not going to break these down. They're just for background, essentially. But going back to the clip, I wish I knew what Tevin video it was. But, I mean, there's so many of them. I just fucking can't remember. But I do remember leaving a long-ass comment about this very topic. He claims that if he can get a refinance on his mortgage, he can roll all of his bills and bad debt into the refinance and he would be good. He wouldn't have to beg for money anymore. And here we are almost 3 years later. In 2 months, this will be 3 years since this video was recorded. He got a fucking bankruptcy that cleared damn near all of his bad debt. And he's making just as much as he was then, if not more. And he's begging the exact same way as I saw him begging tonight, which would be Wednesday night. I mean, Even if this transaction history on your screen hadn't have gotten leaked, it's so fucking obvious how he's blowing through this money. You know, how bad his mobile game addiction is. This is beyond fucking pathetic, man. This is what it means to feign fucking distress, especially when you look at these numbers on your screen. If you ever come across one of those Tevin videos, it was probably from the last 2 years, and you find my comment on there, you know, drop a comment so that way I can get a notification and go back and look at it, because I'm positive I was saying this exact thing. But going back to the beginning of that clip, like I said, man, you could legit substitute this video out for fucking today, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference aside from the couch and him talking about still having like credit and shit. I mean, this also proves to you how gullible and fucking brain dead his fan base is, that they've been falling for this year in and year out. And another thing he says is, Kat offers to give more of her paycheck to help with stuff around the house and bills. At least according to him, he says that she said that. Shouldn't every cent of her paycheck already be going to bills and mortgage and for the house that she fucking lives in? Shouldn't almost every cent be going if they're in this position? I mean, that makes sense to me. She fucking lives there. Why wouldn't she be paying bills and mortgage and trying to afford everything? You know, if I'm wrong, fucking tell me. But, and then, by the way, it gets revealed in the bankruptcy papers that she's working like 20 hours a week, some part-time job. You know, it's no wonder he needed the fucking help from his fans. Neither one of them wanted to work. I mean, I'm honestly being kind of hard on her, to be honest, man. I mean, these are obviously DSP's lies, and it's so obvious after having watched him for years, the way he speaks for other people all the time. I mean, we get recent examples of it when he talks about a lot of people, etc., etc. I mean, he's fucking clearly speaking for her and just trying to make up whatever he can to scam these fucking idiots. And it always seems to work. Let's go to the next clip and see what else he says.
I can't even do it. Like, this was one of the things I was banking on. Hopefully I could do a refinance start in the fall, get it done by the spring. I'll have funds now that I can pay taxes, and then I'll be much better off not having all this credit card debt. I still can't do it at least until probably next year, when I have 2 years of consistent tax returns showing more income. So I can't even do that yet. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know what else to do. I talk to my parents, and they sometimes, every once in a while, something goes horribly wrong, are able to help a little bit, but they're elderly now, They're at a point where my dad still works full time. He does. But, that being said, they do as much. They emotionally support me, and every once in a while, if I need such a little bit of a boost or whatever, they've helped me over the years. Not just this year, but over the years, a little bit financially. I can't rely on them anymore. They don't have it. They don't have money to keep giving me for this kind of stuff. So I'm now find myself in a situation where basically I have between now and April, like say middle to late April, to raise an exorbitant amount of money. You may say, how much? I can just tell you this. This is an estimate of the amount of money I would need to raise between now and April. And by the way, this is the amount of money in addition to me making my normal money that I make every month on stream and every month on YouTube. In addition to my normal income, I need to raise about another roughly $16,000 between now and April. That really hurts to say that, because I don't know how I'm going to get it. Like I said, even if I could get loans, even if I could get whatever, it's probably not going to be enough to cover that much. Okay? The only option...
Alright, so he's saying he needs $16K roughly by April as an estimate. Keep in mind, again, this is November we're talking. He's saying he needs this for taxes, right? I'm calling 100% bullshit. It was to go get married. It's funny how when it comes to his taxes, he never knows the total ahead of time. He's always saying, well, I have to contact my tax attorney. He tells me this. I don't know the total yet. They're going to give it to me later. But here, almost a year in advance, he already fucking had the total that he needed for taxes. And it was roughly $16K in addition to all the other money that he needs to make. So he's saying $16K by April in addition to his regular $10K a month or whatever the fuck he was making back then. And the worst part about it is he just got that money from King Tut. Maybe like 2 months before this, because this was November. Tut was around September of 2018. August, September. So he just got that money. But he's such a degenerate that he needs it all over again. And of course, he got it from Emerald 7 over Christmas and January. Probably around 15,000 rough estimate from Emerald 7. After getting more than 10K from Tut months before. And it wasn't enough. He still held a Smash the Taxes fundraiser. I know y'all remember this. He held a Smash the Taxes fundraiser the day before he flew across the country to get married. And as you can see on your screen, the average cost of a wedding in 2020, not 2019, but 2020 was $19,000. So for 2019, he's asking for 16K in addition to all the extra shit. You put the math, you put 2 and 2 together and do the fucking math and see what you come out with. But let's go back to the beginning of the clip. He says his parents are, quote, elderly now, unquote. He immediately follows this up within 20 seconds of that statement by saying that his dad still works full time. Dark was 35 at this point and still talking about how he can't keep relying on his parents to support him. You know, keep in mind that he got married about 5 months later and his parents supposedly paid for his round trip flight, hotel, rental car, food, the wedding, etc., etc. But somehow here in November, he's saying he can't keep relying on them. But supposedly 6 months later, they pay for fucking everything. What's it gonna be, man? Fucking pick one. Let's hear what the next clip has to say.
Only option that's like ultimate worst option, okay, would be sell the house. If I sold this house, I'd probably have enough in equity to pay off a lot of stuff. Obviously, I'd be able to pay the taxes immediately, and I'd have enough equity to probably pay off a bunch of my debt. But there's major problems with that, okay? Number one, my whole business is based off of this office. The reason that I put out the high quality streams that I do, and the reason that I'm able to do all this is because I have this dedicated room where I'm not interrupted by neighbors yelling at me. I'm able to have a soundproofed area. You know what I mean? Like my quality of content has dramatically increased since I had my own dedicated office. That's number one. Number two, to sell this house is an incredibly painstaking thing. Not only would I have to renovate it, because no one's going to buy a house with fucking soundproofing foam on the walls and, you know, some leak damage that I had when I first moved here to the ceilings. And, you know, basically I would have to have money to touch up the house and prepare it for sale. I don't have said money, as I told you guys. I don't have it. In addition to that, I would need to sell a lot of the shit in this house, because more than likely what I would have to do is get a smaller apartment out here in Washington. And I know I can't fit all the stuff that's in this house in the new apartment. You can't leave it all behind. I would have to find someone who could come in and try to sell a lot of the shit from this house. Move again. Oh my God. Don't get me started on how much the move cost when I moved last. Moving is a cost. Again, I don't have any of the money for any of this. Okay? I don't. And, you know, and the other thing is, some people have said ridiculous things. Get another job. Do you not see that I've already, my whole day is here on stream? Like, I'm here around 9 in the morning. I start work. I get my stream up by 10. I'm here till 4. I have like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours tops away. I'm back until like 9, 10 at night in here. I have like no extra time to do anything. I can't work another job. No one's going to have me working night hours, and I couldn't do it anyway. At my age and everything, I couldn't do it. That's number one.
He can't work a night job at this point. Because of his age, he can't do it. Again, he's 30 fucking 5 at this point. And it's get a job is just a ridiculous fucking statement and a ridiculous argument. And he rolls his eyes and shakes his head and says, I can't do it at my age. Oh my God. Let's go back to the beginning of it. So he's saying that he can't move, and one of the reasons why he can't move and sell the condo is, quote, the reason that I put out the high quality streams that I do is because I have this dedicated room, unquote. This motherfucker's gonna lead me to start drinking again at some point with this garbage, man. If he thinks his streams are high quality, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to fucking say. And then another quote. Nobody's gonna buy a house with soundproofing foam on the walls and some leak damage to the ceiling, unquote. Motherfucker, didn't you buy the house in that condition? You fucking idiot. So why would someone else not buy it like that? All this dude ever does is make fucking excuses for everything. I don't even know how his parents still claim him, man. Then he just continues with he doesn't have money to move or fix up the house to sell it. Again, he just got more than $10,000 from Tut alone 2 months before this. And half of it he just recently got because half of it was at least subs and cheers, which pays out like a month later according to Twitch. Same with YouTube. Fucking lie after lie, excuse after excuse. But what else should we expect from this piece of trash? Next clip.
That's number one. So that's not going to happen. Move back to the condo in Connecticut. I can't. Again, I would need to sell this house, which I can't afford to do. I would have to move all my shit, which I can't afford to do. So literally, like, everything is not feasible. There's like nothing feasible here. Really, the only things that I can do, really hope that a refinance goes through, which it looks like it's not going to. I'm still working on it. It looks like it's not going to happen. Hope that I can get loans that I don't know how I'm going to afford paying, but at least get the loans to pay the taxes. Or a miracle happens, you know, some kind of really, someone, you know, people who love my content come in and say, we want to at least help fill out in the short term. Now, just to be clear here, and this is me being incredibly transparent with all of you. This is for the next year. You know what I mean? What I'm hoping, which again, who knows? Because every year I hope and then something goes wrong. The trolls find another way to fuck me, right? If everything stays the way it is on YouTube and stays the way it is on Twitch and Twitch keeps increasing the way it is, I will actually start to make enough money next year to pay down my credit cards and have money for taxes and all of that. But the thing is, really ideally what I need to do is get a refinance on this house. And I need to tough it out until I can. The problem being, I have no more time because I have to pay these taxes by April of next year. So, you know, it's a really shitty situation where I have no way out. There's like no actual way to go. I can't sell the house because I can't afford it. I can't move because I can't afford it. I can't refinance because it looks like they won't let me without 2 years of tax return history. I don't know if I can get loans enough to pay the tax return history. I don't know if I can get loans enough to pay the taxes. I can't go rely on my parents. What the fuck do I do?
And here comes the boogeyman out all of a sudden. And the boogeyman's on your screen right now, threatening to harm this little girl if he doesn't get what he wants. Oh my God. There's no time. There's no options. And the only thing that can fix this is his viewers' money, obviously. Let's go back to the beginning of it. This is a direct quote. If a miracle happens, some kind of people who love my content come in and say, we want to at least help fill out in the short term, unquote. How many fucking years in a row has this happened now? How many months in a row has this happened now? How long is this gonna fucking go on for, man? And then right in the middle of it, this is the beautiful part of it. It's the false hope that he always sells. If he can just get through this hurdle, things are going to be okay. Next year's going to be better. He knows it. He's going to be able to pay his bills, his back taxes. He's not going to have to rely on his viewers and fan base. You guys just need to help him out this time. This one more time. I don't understand how he lives like this or how any platform allows him to do this bullshit, man. Again, in 2 months, this will be 3 years to the day, and nothing has changed. But these first couple of clips were just appetizers. Now the real fucking clips are going to start, and just don't say I didn't warn you because, well, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go.
And it's just cascading shit. And it's terrible because Kat and I have an amazing life. Like I said, we have talks where we like to get engaged. We like to maybe get married. The other thing about all of this, which that's really messed up, which I do want to talk about here. My parents are getting older. to the point where I know they're having health problems or whatever. And they don't want to tell me fully what's going on because I think that they don't want me to worry. But at the same time, I get the feeling that they may be getting ill to the point where they won't be around forever. You know what I mean? And they really wanted me to go visit them next year. And I told them with the situation, there's no way. And they actually offered, they said, we, in this case, would be able to like maybe pay your way, pay for your plane tickets or in a hotel, in a car, or drive our car when you're out here just so we can spend some time with you. You know, next year, maybe next spring when things die down a little bit with gaming or whatever. Because they want to meet Kat. They're dying to meet Kat. They really want to meet Kat. And, you know, who knows when the next opportunity is going to be that I get to see them, if I even get to see them again, depending, you know, they're getting old. And I'm like, man, I would love to commit to that and say that I can, but I don't know what's happening here with all my money and taxes and everything, you know? This sucks. It's just like, and this is why I purposely held all this stuff back from you guys until now, because it was just, you know, you're up to a point where there's so much going on behind the scenes and so much to hide from you guys, because I don't want you to come to my streams thinking about this shit every day. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's pretty tough. And I would definitely like to go visit my parents again next year, even if it is maybe the last time to go be able to do that. But I can't do that if I don't have money to pay my taxes. I have to stay here to work every day. You know what I mean?
Fucking disgusting, man. Fucking disgusting. Let's go back to the beginning. Direct quote. We have talks where we'd like to get engaged, maybe get married, unquote. As he's sitting there probably already engaged and already has a trip planned out to get married. How can his viewers be this fucking stupid, man? How? And then, one of the worst parts of the video, and I know y'all remember this when it happened back then, he says his, quote, parents are getting older to the point where he knows they're having health problems or whatever. And they don't want to tell me what's fully going on because I think that they don't want me to worry. But at the same time, I get the feeling that they may be getting ill to the point that they won't be around forever. You know what I mean? Unquote. And within 20 seconds of saying that statement, he says they are dying to meet Kat. They're just dying to meet her. And look, I know it's in a fucking expression, but if they were in any kind of position that he was insinuating here, there's no way he would use that kind of language. Again, I know it's just an expression, a thing of saying or whatever, but I mean, you don't fucking say that if they're close to dying or whatever, and then they're dying to meet Kat. What the fuck, man? He claims they're elderly and getting ill, but his dad also still works full time. Fucking figure that one out. And this is by far one of the shittiest things I've ever seen him do, man. And this is a guy who scams children and fucking invalids and extremely vulnerable people out of money. And this is still one of the fucking shittiest things I've ever seen him do. It's fucking disgusting. Next clip.
Situation, where I don't know what else I can do. Like, there's nothing certain to fix the problem. I can't declare bankruptcy because they'll say sell the house. I can't sell the house because I don't have the money to sufficiently sell the house. Moving to the East Coast, back to the East Coast isn't viable. I can't afford it. I don't know if I can get loans to pay the taxes, and I don't know if I can afford the loans to pay them monthly. I don't know how I would. I can't go to my parents for help. Like, see what I mean? Like, everything normally that I would do, I can't do. So, it sucks, you know? I just don't know what else to do. I'm between a rock and a hard place. I really am. I'm between a rock and a fucking hard place. And again, and you know, I'm the kind of person, I don't like to point fingers. I don't. But, you know, I know that now, you know, things that I did in the past, bad financial decisions. When I moved out here, I spent way too much fucking money. And I agree with that. But at the same time, the 2015 trolls who fucked me and fucked over my YouTube channel, this year I got fucked over on YouTube again. Because these fucking assholes won't leave me alone and mass reporting me, and I lost my fucking sponsorship. I'm sorry, guys. You know, how much more can I do? And I'm a one man, and a lot of people ask me, Phil, how can you do this every day? How can you put up with this shit? I just don't know anymore, man. Like, I'm trying to make a life here. you know, and all I did for 10 years was try to share my fucking passion with you guys. And now I could lose it all. I could lose my credit. I could lose my house. For what the fuck did I do this year? Everyone tells me this year was the best year since I came back and I started focusing on streams, that everything's the best I've ever fucking done. And you're going to tell me now I could lose everything? What the fuck did I do to deserve it? To lose my partnership with Curse? What the fuck? You know? How are people so evil? How are people so fucked up and evil that this is what they would do to someone? Like, how can you live? How can you morally live? How can you morally restream my fucking content illegally every day and see someone's life falling apart at the seams every day because of the shit you do, the concrete hurt you do to someone every fucking day, and sleep in that fucking bed and get a sound sleep? I couldn't. I would be in a mental hospital if this is me doing that shit. You've seen how I only focus on my stuff. I don't engage with the negativity. I try to make my streams positive. I just try to keep stuff going. And now Kat moved in with me and our life together is so good. And to see that might all go away. Can you imagine how she just got here? She already, since she moved here, has changed jobs once to try to make more money and make ends meet. How's it fair to her? She just fucking moved out here, man. You know? She just moved out here to have a life with me, and now that life might end because of shit that I didn't do. I just don't know what to do anymore, you know? All I can do is every day be here and try to be positive with you guys and try to put out positive streams and hope that somehow things are going to work out, but I don't know how they're going to at this point. It's an awful fucking feeling, knowing that by April, if I don't find a solution to pay these taxes, this could be the beginning of the end. The government comes and tries to either seize shit. I don't know how it works, but they might try to seize shit. They may say, that's it, you have to sell your house. I was like, I can't afford it. Oh, too bad. Don't pay your credit cards. So not only would I lose my house, I'd also be forced to ruin my credit and lose the house at the same fucking time and have no money. It's like, for what? Because they fucked me again. Wow. Was it really worth it? Were your jollies really fucking worth it to get me out of my partnership? Was it really fucking worth it to do what you did to me? That now my life might be ruined. A beautiful woman who now I'm starting a life with my soulmate, and now that's going to fall the fuck apart. I mean, you know what I mean? And not to say that. That's not at all. She's 100% supportive of me. She understands what's going on. I don't want anyone to think, oh God, behind the scenes, this relationship's falling apart. It's not. But can you imagine the tremendous pressure on us now with all this going on? And it's like, I don't even know what to say.
Well, I do know what to say, Philip. And it's that I don't give two flying fucks about you and your fake-ass fucking problems, man. The fact that you sit here and tell other people that you don't know how they can possibly sleep at night doing what they did to you, and that you would be in a mental hospital if it was you doing that stuff to other people, and then your transaction history gets leaked, and it proves, 100% proves that you've been scamming, lying, feigning distress, and taking advantage of gullible people for years. But you don't know how other people sleep at night. I fucking love it. You deserve this life, motherfucker. As I always say, and as Scott Steiner says, no simpy, bitch. Back to the beginning of the clip. He's so full of shit, man. He says, this is a direct quote, he can't declare bankruptcy because they'll say sell the house. Unquote. Really? Fucking really? See, this is what he does, man. He thinks he knows everything, thinks he knows the answers, and any help you offer him is bullshit. Unless it's money, of course. And this reminds me of the fucking tax guy / tax attorney / tax accountant / CPA situation, where he called the other guy a fucking idiot and that he didn't have any idea what he was talking about. And then later on in that same video, he gets confused on what he should call his own tax guy and starts calling him all four of those fucking things. Can't make this shit up, man. And then in the middle of it, here's what defines Phil Burnell as a person, in my opinion. He says he made some mistakes and that he spent way too much money moving across the country But he manages to just kind of gloss over his part in it and go straight to the trolls that fucked him over and proceeds to fake cry about how badly they ruined his life. Again, I love it. I love it. No fucking simpy bitch. Next clip.
I just don't, you know. Well, I'm trying to read with some of the things that people have said. By the way, you guys have been really supportive, and I've been dishing, truth from behind the scenes stuff to you guys. That's why I haven't updated the leaderboard or anything. I think it's more important for me to just be talking with you guys and be honest and to be. I mean, obviously, a lot of people were very nice here. So, Grazy Dream gifted a ton of subs, which was really nice. A lot of people are cheering and being supportive. Hank Duma did a large tip. Chocolate Fuzz did a very large tip. Thank you guys. I got an anonymous $10 tip. I appreciate all of this. I really do. And, it's to the point where I know it's possible to get through it. I've been through so much shit. Dude, guys, 10 years. 10 fucking years. How many things have I come up against? False copyright strikes, getting my channel shut down, YouTube adpocalypse, trying to get me kicked off of Twitch, trying to get me off of YouTube, you know what I mean? Like, all this stuff has happened to me over the years, and I somehow got through it all. I can't believe that this would be the point where I give up. I say I can't beat it. I just fucking give up. I can't do that. Like, that's not me as a person. I know how many thousands upon thousands of people that I myself have motivated across the internet. And a lot of people have told me, Phil, you being positive and overcoming shit inspired me in my life to overcome stuff. I can't let this beat me, but I don't know how to beat it. I don't know how to beat it myself. That's the problem. Every other time I've had a backup plan, or if no backup plan, just toughing through it somehow worked. I don't know what to do this time. I just don't know. So all I can say is this, guys. Actually, the truth is I'm almost out of time. I got to start going making food for dinner. Kat's going to be home within an hour, and I want to start to have food ready for her. She's been working her ass off all day today to try to make money for us, and I want to go get stuff, start cooking and everything. So all I want to say is thank you for listening, okay? And, thank you very much.
So he's sitting there crying and feigning distress and acting like the world is coming to an end. And just like that, he has to fucking leave to get dinner ready because Kat has been working her ass off all day trying to make money for us. And that's a direct quote. How much you want to bet they got fucking fast food that night? And probably expensive food, no less. After Kat grinded away at her part-time job, by the way. And her loving husband begged for a hard day's work on the internet. This has to be a fucking TV comedy show, man. Comedy special. This can't be real fucking life. But at the beginning of the clip, man, how do you live with yourself, Phil? Sitting there lying to people that others have fucked up your life when it's all your own doing, man. And these people are sitting there throwing money at you out of fucking pity. These dumbasses that don't know any better. That can't differentiate somebody feigning distress and somebody actually down on their luck. You're the fucking embarrassment of the internet, man. And you always will be. And I can't say it enough that you deserve this fucking life. It don't matter how many times I say it. It'll never be enough for you. Next fucking clip.
Much. For everything. I do appreciate it. And I hope, upon hope, that something happens. I don't know if somehow an opportunity pops into my lap, someone offers me something to do something that I can make more money, or the fact that people will step up and be supportive, or I just happen to somehow, by some fucking miracle, qualify for this refinance, which it doesn't look like is going to happen right now, or somehow I get the loans to pay these taxes, something. I hope something. Because if it doesn't, I can't. I feel like this whole 10-year journey is kind of culminating at this point, and this is the make or break point where I have to get through it. I have to somehow get through it and not lose everything in the process. And I don't know how, though. You know? All right. Well, anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you. Like I told you, this is more important than me updating a leaderboard or reading out. I want to say thanks to everyone who did contribute during this stream. I'm gonna end it now, and get stuff uploaded to YouTube so I can start cooking, and go from there. And what I'm gonna say is, thank God tonight I get to spend some time with Kat. You know, we have Thanksgiving night together. I'll be back tomorrow. Full-time streaming like always. You know, streams and gameplay and everything. And you know, up to this point, I've not allowed this to negatively affect me on the streams, and I'm gonna do my best to not let it moving forward. I got so much positive stuff coming up. We've got ongoing playthroughs I'm doing. You know, we've got holiday events coming up for Christmas and everything. But the thing is, like, you guys know the ways you can help. You know, in particular, the thing that gets me is I know there's people on YouTube who watch the videos on YouTube and think everything's fine because they're not here for the pre-streams and stuff. They don't know. So that's why I'm going to actually upload this video to DSP Gaming so people know what's going on with me and that this is the situation. If ever there was a time to step up and say, okay, Phil, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I've watched you for years. I watch you on YouTube. I always thought you were getting by on ad revenue. If I can help now, I will. That's what I'm hoping for, you know, but I don't know. Miracles don't always happen. I have no answers for you guys at this point.
And then the reality hits you. This was Thanksgiving fucking night that he did this. He spent Thanksgiving night of 2018 like this. I specifically didn't mention that part until now because I wanted it to hit you. That this is how he spends most major holidays in his life. And this is not a joke. This is how it is for him. So no matter how bad or sad you think your life is or may be, when Thanksgiving or Christmas comes along later this year, you can be grateful for the fact that you don't have to embarrass or degrade yourself like this fucking human being. And let's say you or I as a detractor even wanted to feel sorry for him. Let's just say, okay, Phil, like he was saying at the end there, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Well, the next clip's going to tell you why that won't ever fucking happen. Let's go back to the beginning of it real quick. This is a direct quote. I don't know if somehow an opportunity pops into my lap. Someone offers me something to do something that I can make more money. Yeah, it's called a fucking job, Phil. Go get one. Preferably a night job at your old age, dumbass. And he says, direct quote, or people will step up and be supportive. Those are his two fucking options. A miracle falls into his lap and he just makes a bunch of money, or someone steps up and just gives him a bunch of money. Hint, hint. How long is this going to be fucking allowed to go on? Twitch already booted his ass. How much longer is this going to be allowed to go on, especially with everything that we know now? And again, let's just say you wanted to even feel sorry for him. The next clip is the last clip for this video, and well, let's see why you can't. Fuck him.
I've basically overextended myself to the point where there is no, okay, what else do you fall back on? And I'm at my wit's end. That's the other thing, mentally, I'm at my wit's end. I can't take it anymore. You get these fucking people who do nasty shit to me daily. Daily. Morally ignoring the fact that they know what they're doing is fucking wrong, and they do it just for fucking jollies or personal gain. They think it's okay. And people who watch that shit, they're like disgusting, vile fucking people. How could you do that? How could you ever do that to someone? You know? What's been done to me is far worse than if someone had beaten to me within my inch of my life, because I could have recovered from that and been fine. The things they're doing to me destroy me financially and put me into horrendous situations where even though I work my ass off and people tell me everything I'm doing is good, I could still lose everything. And, you know? I just don't understand it. I don't. All right, guys, I got to end this. So that's it. Thank you for at least listen to me dish a little bit. Anything you guys could do to support is appreciated. And I hope everyone who's watching this live on Thanksgiving has a happy Thanksgiving if you live in the United States. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. All right. Thanks to everyone who was very, very supportive on this stream. People were really supportive on this stream. I appreciate it. And tomorrow's another day, and hopefully things are better. All right, guys? All right, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Later.
Unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. Direct quote. They're morally ignoring the fact that they know what they're doing is wrong, and they do it just for jollies or personal gain. Unquote. Yeah, Philip, I'd feel better if I lied to my fucking viewers and fan base and held fundraisers for myself regularly while I told them I couldn't afford groceries this week, or that I couldn't turn the heat on in my house this winter, or that I was going to have to go to jail probably since I didn't pay my fucking taxes. Or how about lying that your elderly parents were sick and hint at the fact that they may be dying? And by the way, it turns out he blew a bunch of money on fucking mobile games and his addictions, and on expensive restaurants and food delivery services every week, and upwards of $400 a month at the fucking liquor store. But all that doesn't matter. None of that matters. Because you don't know how other people can morally restream you, make videos about you, or laugh at you. Again, zero sympathy, zero pity, zero empathy towards you. You deserve this life. Go fuck yourself, Philip. Alright, and that's the video for today. We're going to give one quick shout out, and then I do have a surprise for y'all since y'all sat through that bullshit ass video with me. But a quick shout out again to GAT. This is his third time tipping in a row. I did get your message. It was about Gundam and a couple of videos that he has done and maybe doing something with Gundam. I appreciate the thought, but right now I don't think Gundam would want anything to do with me, or not yet. Maybe if I keep growing and things keep going the way they are, because this shit is kind of blowing up. I can't lie. Maybe he'll be interested in talking to me and, you know, maybe doing something in the future. I think the idea you had is interesting, but I just don't see it happening right now. Also, if you want to join the Discord, I know you say you don't have any social media. If you want to join the Discord, and this goes for everybody, I'm going to put the link to the Discord in the description of the video. You don't have to keep tipping me just to, you know, send me messages and stuff. I appreciate it, but, you know, if you hit me in the Discord, I will message you back. Just depends on the time of day. But if that goes for anybody else too. If y'all message me in the Discord, I will get back to you. Outside of that, thank you for the contribution. Appreciate the support, homie. Big ups. And now you're going to get a surprise. I'll just go ahead and fucking say it. If you're not a Ricky Horny fan, go ahead and tune out now. Outside of that, we get to listen to some Ricky Horny to go out. Ricky is always horny and he never stops. I will talk to y'all in a couple of days with the next video. Let's fucking go.
Ricky Horny, Ricky Horny. Ricky Horny, Ricky Horny.
They call me Ricky Horny. They call me Ricky Horny. That's right, that's right. They call me Ricky Horny. Why in the fuck is this playing 4 times in the fucking row?
Because they call me Ricky Horny. RICKYHORNY, RICKY Ricky Horny.